That's it. I beg to mention item number 9 of today's list. So today I have some part-time problem. I have taken consent from the Lanet as well as Lanet Council for the informal nursing.
Okay. Authorized represented on the prayer made by Ms. A. Devi, Legal Aid Council. The matter stands adjourned today.
Next week, anything.
Okay. List after a week. Give date after a week.
February. What's up?
Yes.
Item number 8, I have been recently engaged. Where you request some record for about 4 weeks.
This matter has been adjourned quite a lot of times.
I understand, but
Huh.
there was a different council doing the case.
Okay.
Any date convenient to you?
You're taking consent of the other side? Okay. Both sides are represented on the prayer. Your wakalatnama is there on record?
Okay. About a week, maybe.
Okay. On the prayer made by Land Council for the petition, the matter stands adjourned today. List after a week.
Can it be 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Okay. Okay.
Maybe on 5th of March.
I'm not fixing a date right now.
Please, your lordship, I beg item number 2, lordship, in this case also I have filed an additional affidavit, lordship, that may be called for lordship.
What is required to be called?
Additional affidavit, lordship.
Okay.
Regarding additional funds.
Yes, Your Lordship, I'd like to mention one criminal appeal. Kindly the matter may be listed for.
Give it to the court master.
Your lordship, there is an item number 1, this list. My lord has heard this matter. So it was fixed today because of some issues. I could not attend the matter on earlier occasion. But today I've been told that there is a partner matter which your lordship will be hearing. So my lord, if your lordship wants to accommodate, then can you give us a short date in the matter?
No, I think it will not take much time. We will
Why might
take it
not
up.
take much time because your lordship on last occasion.
No. You see, I'm in the midst of partner matter. 4 days of hearing has already done. After that, we'll take your matter.
Supply item 16 to 24. Sorry, 12 to 24.
Notes are there.
Please, like, was it on? My mobile. দেখো নাকি?
Just give it.
May I please, my lord?
Just.
ঠিক আছে। খালি 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 আসলে go slow.
It's here. Yes.
My lord, we referring for item 12, 13, 18, 20, 21, 23, 23, 22, 23, and 24.
Item numbers?
12.
Yes.
13 is ages, my lord. 18, 12, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, along with item number 13.
And item number
13, 1, 3.
1, 3.
Because the appellants
Yes.
Look, so far item number 12 is concerned. Item number 12 is concerned, she is accused number 14. Now, accused number 14, she is a lady. And admittedly, my lord, she is the wife of accused number 10. Apart from being the wife of accused number 10, there is no matter against her. Accused number. No, no. Nanduri number. And what my learned senior has said about 115.
Yes,
In the exhibit 115, that in exhibit
he is
115,
accused number,
C is accused number 14, who happens to be the wife of accused number 10. That is. And
yes,
the only where she has been convicted under section 20 of UAP is only on the ground that there was a nail exhibit.
no, there's something wrong. Mrs. Dudoi Devi, as per the judgment, 14 is M. Joy Singh.
I'm getting from this thing, judgment.
No, I am also holding the judgment. Annexure 1. 14 is M. Joy Singh.
No, my lord, accused number is written in the right side, A14.
Oh,
So
acha.
your my lord will find in cell number
Okay,
14,
okay,
but happens to be accused A18.
okay, okay.
And Jiten Singh is number 6, but happens to be accused number 10.
Yes.
In 115, that my learned senior
Give the paper book. Second.
Part 2.
No,
115.
part 1, volume 2. No, number 3. Yes, please.
Lord, the Pepper Group,
No, number 4.
part 2, volume 2.
Part 2, volume 2. What is that?
This is the email where my learned senior has argued that it's not admissible. Lord, page 462. My lord, page 462, it says,
Yes, please continue.
DS regards yesterday's CRO Komba, Aro Kadeng, NB and Prem, staying in the house of Aro, are booked under NSA. Wanglen and Thoiba are formally rearrested. Wanglen for the cases of Bisenpur and Jari, Thoiba for Molcham and Sisibu. Landhoni Rakesh are given back. Just because my name is mentioned here, because they were arrested in an FIR of Nunmati PS. Thereafter, they were taken to Manipur, and just because her name has cropped up here. Because, my lord, admittedly, I was arrested from Guwahati while I stayed with my husband.
What is the name of your husband?
Jitain, Lord, accused number
10.
10,
What is the name?
Jitain,
Jitain.
Jitain Singh. And nothing has been discussed, even in the judgment, how I'm a member and what on what ground I have been established as a member. This is the only mention of Landhoni Devi that her name has cropped up. And thereafter, she was committed under section 20. Will not, I respectfully take it, my lord, to part 1, volume 5, the judgment, because my learned senior was rather taking mostly on the low point. Now I'll go at least little to the facts, my lord. My lord will find in page 949.
Yes, Mr. Singh, please continue.
Lord, before I take Milord to the judgment portion, I respectfully take Lordship to part one, volume one, that Milord will find in page number 206.
No, you complete. You complete a sequence. You have shown us part two, this volume, but then you are taking us to somewhere else. Please
No, no,
continue.
no,
Once we open a file, you continue
No, no,
and complete
email-
that.
No, no, email portion, Milord.
No,
And
I
not from the-
understand, but you see, don't burden on us the volume after volume. If you have to show us some volume, complete that part.
No, no, that part only my name is mentioned in that page
Okay.
462.
Okay.
Now, who has mentioned my name? That Milord will find in PW 15, that page 206 in part one, volume one.
Whose evidence?
PW 15, Sri Fonidhar Das.
Yes.
Milord 206. Today I have appeared before the court on receipt of the summons from the court. I have been residing in house number 47, Notun Chanchal, Roop Kumapad, Guwahati since 1999. I have got rented house which I used to let out on rent. In the month of April 2009, one person by the name of Seth, who is a garage owner in our locality, brought one Manipuri person to take on rent of my ground floor house and talked about taking the ground floor on rent. After 2-3 days, the said Manipuri person came along with his brother by the name Jiten Singh and took the house on rent, at 4,500 per month. Said Jiten identified himself that his brother is an FCI contractor and he himself is working as a in a motor garage. He also informed that he would stay along with his wife Nandoni Devi and sons and daughter. I have seen Jiten Singh today in the court, who is present in the court, and I identify him as a person who stayed in my rented house. They stayed in my rented house for about 6 months. For about a month, Landoni Devi went to Imphal along with their sons and daughter and returned on 19/8/2010 in the evening. On 19/8/2010 at about 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. to 11 p.m., some police personnel came and called me to open the gate in a hurry manner. The police personnel had already caught Jiten Singh after opening the steel gate and they had entered and searched the entire house. After search of the house, the police person seized laptop, case mobile, other articles through a seizure memo. Exhibit 40 is seizure memo, signature is my signature. It is true that Exhibit 40 is a photocopy and not original. I deny the same that it is a fabricated and so and so. Now, only Fonidhar Das said that I stayed with my husband. Now, Milord, PW 17. PW 17, Milord will find in page number 211. PW number 17. Today, I have appeared before the court on receipt of a summons from the court. I have completed MSc in anthropology from Ranchi University in the 1984. And thereafter, I did my thesis from Manipur University in 1991. I joined Manipur as a part-time student, so I'm still working in Manipur as now a professor. I have 3 brothers and I'm the eldest. The second one named Jayanta joined UNLF in the 1982 and till today we do not have any touch with him. We have 3 sisters. The youngest one is Landoni Devi, who will look with one detail, who is a member of UNLF. As yet, look, we have supported her. So, she is the wife of Jiten Singh. Apart from being a wife of Jiten, there are no materials, my lord. That too, my lord, even that I was arrested along with my husband, that was informed through an email, the exhibit 115 series, that my learned senior has said that it is not admissible in view of 65D4 of Evidence Act. And on this ground, my lord, I have been convicted under section 20. And in the entire judgment, there are no materials. Lord, so far, where my name is brought up is in the email in 115 series, where it has been, which is not admissible in the eyes of law. That is very clear because learned senior has gone to that extent, so I'll not take your lordship to that. So entire thing is relied upon 115 series. Now, in the judgment that was passed, my lord will find, now taking lordship to the judgment, that starts from 948, my lord. Page 949. My lord, page 949, volume 5, part 1, that's the judgment. the prosecution case is in brief is as follows. On the basis of some information about the presence of members of an organization, namely United National Liberation Front of Manipur at a rented house at Guwahati, the city police conducted a raid in a particular area of Guwahati on 13/4/2010, and during the raid, A1 and A2 both substitute absconded were arrested, and certain articles like laptops so and so. Now, this particular 159 of Chanmari PS started from 13/4/2008. On 13/4/2010, my lord, accused A1 and A2, A3 and A4 were arrested, and they were released on bail on default. As a charge sheet could not be filed. Now, my lord, para 4 address is all about this thing, how they were arrested. My lord, with a view to carry out the functioning that my lord will find page 951. With a view to carry out the functioning of the organizing UNLM selected bodies which provided members reasonable anonymity since they were mostly unknown to the residents of the city. Funds mainly extorted in Manipur were brought to Guwahati through human couriers and sent to Nepal, Bangladesh, and Myanmar through illegal transaction, mode of procuring arms and other logistic support for the purpose of waging war against the government of India. This is your narration. Now, in this entire, where even the chairman of UNLF were arrested. In the entire operation, there was carried out by India, even at Imphal, in Guwahati, in many other places. Not even a single weapon were seized. Not even a single incriminating items have been seized. Except that DW7 said he overheard something talking about AK-47 in SARS, then rocket launcher in China, which I'll take a lordship to that also. Apart from that, even there are no traces of buying of weapons, even from the email. Or even for procuring arms from other countries. The members of the organization used to interact with each other regularly through emails when they were staying in different parts of the country or abroad. Huge numbers of those emails were retrieved from the ID of accused 19, chairman of the organization, on voluntary disclosed email IDs password by him as well as accused 18. They have not preferred appeal. Accused 19 is RK Megan and accused number 18 is M. Joy. They have not preferred appeal. The retrieved mails categorically pointed towards a criminal conspiracy to wage war against the government of India and also disclose the membership and other activities of UNL. The retrieved emails categorically pointed to the active members of UNLF, all accused against whom charge sheet has been submitted in the case. It was also alleged that the top leadership of the UNL visited various countries, including Nepal, China, where efforts were made to materialize the actual act of the waging war against the government of India.
Have you made a chart of which paragraphs are to be referred to in the judgment? You've done it?
No, no. I've made a small chart, my own use, not.
No,
I can place your.
2 days we have told you to do it.
I made it.
Yeah, otherwise,
I made it already.
you made.
It will help your lot.
Well, otherwise, it's so difficult to look into all these paragraphs.
This is how we have made it. But today, I have brought only one copy.
No, it's okay. Just let me see it so that if there's an improvement required, we can do it.
Your original back.
Because Mr. Singh, after having heard Mr. Mishra, we are unable to appreciate your argument. I'll tell you why. I think by the time we were hearing Mr. Mishra, we have tried to understand. I may not be able to recollect it every detail, but you see, the sequence is that PW15 had stated to you, to the IO that your husband told him that he would stay with the wife. PW84, he is the SP, he is the IO of the case. He says that in order to find out your criminal antecedents, your names were sent to the state government and magistracy. But we don't find anything to say that the state government has suggested that you are part of the UNLF. Then the IO also says that insofar as PW, that the accused number 14 is concerned, is stayed with the wife. So that's all. But there's otherwise no material. So you could have just referred to a few paragraphs and then end of the matter. If there's nothing, why should you take so much of time?
No, and because
You please try to understand, we are dealing with a series of matters. It's not beating around the bush that we see one thing here, one thing there, and then.
Because apart from PW14, IO 84 says, apart from PW.
Just, you should have taken us with that and the end of the matter.
17 says that my husband is a member of UNLF, I elope with him. And 15 says I stayed in that rented house. Apart from that, there are no materials to suggest that
PW 17 says that you eloped.
I elope.
You are a member.
No, I elope.
Husband is a member.
I elope, when elope means I became.
Yes.
his wife. Apart from that, the brother said that I have eloped. Apart from that, my lord, thus becoming a wife of, my lord, allegedly, assuming that my husband is a member, becoming his wife, that I cannot be counted as a member of the UNLF. So I have been convicted only under section 20. The only thing that from the emails where my learned senior has argued that it's not admissible, apart from that, nothing is there. Even no suggestion has come from anywhere that I'm a member of UNLF.
Okay, we close this matter then.
Man, but that is my case,
We close this matter then.
my lord.
Go
Now-
to another appeal.
Now, my lord, I'll be taking a lordship through.
Just a moment. Yes, this would be okay. It's something like this we want. That's it.
Look, I responded to your lordship to accused number 7, summarize it.
Accused number 7. You, Mr. Singh,
I'll give-
you see,
I-
the PWs which have given evidence against you, the relevant pages where the references are there in the documentary evidence, that would conclude. Basically, these two things: what they have stated, what they proved against you. Then your what you call your submissions, that why the particular accused should not be they should be acquitted according to you. Huh?
Yes, but no. But it's a-
Yeah, otherwise,
I meant
we'll-
by hand by-
because we'll not be able to keep a track
We'll-
otherwise. If you don't make that chart wise
I'll
presentation.
just flag pages number, paragraph number for your this thing, lordship. My lord, for accused number 7, my lord. this will be-
What is the name of accused number 7?
Summers it. Item number 18, my lord. Criminal appeal number 289, my lord.
Yes.
Against, my lord, accused number 7, my lord. EW 7. Lord will find page 179, part 1, volume 1.
Page
179, my lord.
179 of
Part 1, volume 1.
part 1, volume 1.
Today, I have appeared before the court. Your lordship has found
No, just on. Please give the page number again.
179.
179.
Lord. Indubusun Gongkham.
Yes.
Today, I have appeared before the court on receipt of the summons from the court. I am B from REC Silchar. After completing my education, I started business in handloom, textile, and I was teaching in different schools of Manipur. I started my handloom business in the year 2005. I got registered officially in Manipur in the industries department in the year 2010 in the name of so. Lord, I used to visit Bangkok for various purposes in connection of my business. At present, I'm the public PRO of the Archbishop of Archdiocese of Imphal. At the time, I'm the PRO come assistant so. I was involved in so Lord. I was involved in the business of sending students for MBBS language course to China only. In this connection, I have visited China 8 to 10 times from 2005 till 2009. My cousin Konkham Monmohini Devi was a student of MBBS at Siachen University, Chengdu. She got her admission through one colleague and resident of Nepal, but resident of Manipur. He used to charge a sum of rupees 3 lakhs for a seat. In fact, my first visit to Chennai was with my cousin, a student from Manipur. I thought of starting his to study MBBS. Now, basically, he is involved in admission of students. My lord, if your lordship come down, the relevant portion, is 181,
Yes.
that 181. I came across my friend Oinam Samadhi Singh, the second line, the second sentence. It is me. I came across my friend Mr. Oinam Samadhi Singh at a hotel in Guwahati. He had my old BSNL number, so and so, now surrender. In fact, I had to come to Guwahati for my handloom business. I lost contact with him since 1990. He is a childhood friend of mine. We used to go for tuitions together in the 80s. I understand that he has got some links with UZ Group. We sat down together at a hotel and discussed about ourselves. In fact, it was in this meeting that he told me that he has become a member of UNLF. He indirectly invited me to join UNLF, but I categorically rejected his offer. And instead, I asked him to start a business or to open an office to send students to study. After a month, my friend Samarjit called me over the above mentioned surrendered mobile and asked me to come at a place called Nunmati in Kakuri. I went to Nunmati and there he introduced me to one of his friends, Dilip Elias Mani. We discussed about the business of sending students to Chennai at length. I have never seen Mr. Dilip Elias Mani before or never heard so. In December 2008, I went to Kathmandu, Nepal with my wife in connection with my handloom business to survey the market. Prior to departure from India, my friend somebody called me and informed me that Dilip Elias Mani and some of his friends are also at Kathmandu. He told me about the interest of sending students to China and that his friend would also like to discuss further about the possibility of sending students to Nepal or if possible from Nepal itself. He also asked me to contact my links of Chendu source management consultant company so and so and narrated her about his over the phone. She in turn asked the director Chendu source management so and so Mr. to be there at the appointed time at Kathmandu. I and my wife were received by Chen LS Kathmandu Airport. From there, he took us to Chinese hotel at Hamel in Kathmandu. From the mobile phone, Mr. Chen Elias contact Mr. Dilip and inform him about our location. Mr. Dilip Elias came to the hotel where we were staying with two of his friends. We met at the lobby of the hotel. He introduced me to his friends, two friends as N. Bijoy and Joy Singh Elias Tongyai. My lord, N. Joy Elias Tongyai is accused number 18. And Thaval. I introduced them to Mr. Chen Elias Swenso. We discussed the possibility and difficulties of getting students and also about the fees in details. Told us that if we could send 20 students at a time, probably we'll be able to 25% discount on the fee. All of us were happy to hear the offer and assured to keep in touch with one another. I left Kathmandu next day with my wife for Imphal via Kolkata. Mr. Dilip Elias Mani and his friends stayed on. I do not know when Mr. Chen Elias left. This is one part, one part of the story of Mr. Individual BW7. Now, I could not recollect the mobile numbers, note that on the request of my uncle, Anglem, I visited Chennai as my cousin, that is daughter of my uncle was sick while at Chengdu. Now, the second part of the story will come along. While at Chengdu, I came across Mr. Chen, Elias Alex. He told me that Mr. Navya and his friends were at Chengdu. He went to Kathmandu, he came back, then he left for China. Here again, he contacted this fellow. This is another second part of the story. He asked me to come with him. We went together at a hotel where they were staying and met at the lobby. Mr. Navya introduced me to his friends Lancha, Kabul, and Sakhen. I could understand that something conspired with them. They were not happy to see me. I was asked to have tea at the lobby of the hotel where they were staying. All of them went together at one of the adjoining room of the lobby. After having my tea and waiting for more than 30 minutes, I went towards the room where they were talking. I could hear a loud noise from the outside. I opened the door a little bit, but did not enter. All of them were in confusion, shouting at one another. They were talking in English. They were talking about the purchase of so-and-so, 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 and the training of UNLF cadres in China. I was shocked to hear the discussion and ran back to my hotel. The next day, I left quietly without informing them to Nanjing to meet the Indian student whom I have sent. The next day, I left China for India via Bangkok. This is the another part of the story. After reaching home, my friend Somojit and LS Naresh called me over the surrendered mobile number and asked me why I left China without informing his friends. I told him everything and told him that they were trying to use me in anti-national activities of UNLA without my knowledge. He assured me that I have got nothing to do with the matter and will be compensated for my job to and fro journey to China. He cautioned me not to speak about this to anyone. I, out of fear, kept quiet. Since then, I destroyed all the SIM card and have no link with them. I contemplated on speaking out of the local to the local police, but thought that they are also weak and helpless. Then the NIA approached me about the issue. Being a true Roman Catholic, I confess our facts and truths to clear my conscience. I can identify Samajit and Dilip Allies Mani. I can identify Samajit and Allies, Dilip Allies Mani, Nongai, who are present in the court today. My lord, Dilip Allies Mani, whom he is referring, is also an accused in this case, my lord. And he is accused number 16. But I have not seen Thawal, but I can identify him if I see him. Exhibit 32 is a season memo by which I have handed over 4 documents to Mr. Asim Srivastava, and I official and my signature. 32 is invitation letter from Chengdu. Exhibit 32 is a Chinese screen, is a letter so and so. Exhibit 32 14 is the copy of the passport in my name. 32-4. My lord, before I tell you also to this gross part, introduction, in fact, is a star witness so far the prosecution is concerned. Now, he has been brought only to establish about the conspiracy to as well. That Mr. Noyai, who happens to be accused number 18, Mr. Dilip, who happens to be accused number 16, and Mr. Samajit, who was in Guwahati, who happens to be accused number 7. So the link was made through, that is what their version is, through Samajit, and the Chinese links were conducted. Now, how reliable is PW7 is the now question, madam. Whether he's a sterling witness, where all the credibility can be given. Now he says one part, the discussion that he had so far in Nepal, so far in Guwahati is concerned, my lord. It is this part of sending students to China. My lord, had this particular conspiracy theory would have been, Guwahati would have been a better place because they met face to face. The entire thing was confined to sending of students to China or Nepal, whatever, in different countries. Now, he said he went to China and he met accused number 18, accused number 16. There they were, then he overheard in a room that they were talking in English about the purchase of these arms. And out of fear, he ran through Bangkok, he came to India. Now, surprisingly, my lord, even he's going to China, cannot be proved. Because it's not true, because if he is going to China is to be proved. That will be from his passport. And his original passport was never seized by the NIA. They have taken photocopy of the passport, and the photocopy of the passport was produced as exhibit 32 series, my lord. And he has admitted here in his examination chief that his photocopies, these are all photocopies, copies of the passport. No, assuming for the timing that he was in China, the hearsay that he overheard, keeping that little aside, my lord, he is going to China, first needs to be proof to hear the stories that only can be transferred from the passport. Now, why NIA has not seized the original passport? Exhibit 32 series, my lord. My lord is well aware of the fact that photocopies cannot be a document. Even I'll not take the burden to take your lordship to that, because it's a bulky that my lord will find in part 2, volume 1, that page number 150. 150 onwards, my lord. Part 2, volume 1, starting from page 50. 150.
Volume 1.
My lord, volume 1, part 2, page 150, exhibit 32 series. Uh, 150, my lord. But the first is 150. But these are the production memo 150. And categorically they have said, this is the photocopy. Page 150. Details of the documents produced, my lord. Scan copy of letter issued by the general manager so-and-so. Xerox copy of the letter. Now 3 and 4, my lord. 3 and 4. Photocopy of the passport of Khongdang Ishben so-and-so, 10 sheets. Photocopy of the passport number so-and-so of so-and-so of 10 sheets. Now, they have not even seized the original. They have only taken the photostat, photocopy of the from Mr. Indubhushan. My lord, even it has come in the cross, my lord, that his passport were not seized by NIA, my lord. My lord, I'm coming to that. This is what Exhibit 32 is all about. And he has also categorically said in the cross that his 2 original passports were never seized by NIA. And from the production memo, it's quite clear that this is a Xerox copy. Then if he is going to China, if not proof, then the second part goes. And the first part is only about the student studies, my lord. My lord, may I come to the cross portion now? Yes. My lord, on cross, my family is a Hindu family that my lord will find page 183. Continuation. That my family is a Hindu family, but I never converted to Christianity in the year I myself converted to Christianity in the year 1993. Other members of my family are still professing Hindu religion. I'm receiving certain remuneration of working as PRO of so and so. I denied this and that I converted Christianity not only for the purpose of earning my personal benefit. Now, the office of my firm, MS Noit Enterprise, locates at the Samta Wadam level in I have never exported handloom products to the foreign countries so far. He said that he has got export and import business, but he never exported the handloom products. And handloom products in Manipur are very famous now. My cousin Mohan Devi has completed MBBS course and now staying in India. None of the students whom I sent to China for studying MBBS course have become doctors. Well, again, he used to send to study MBBS and now he says, none of those students whom I sent to China for studying MBBS course have become doctors. The whole lot of students, of course, they have to appear for MCA exam and they have to become a doctor. That Lord knows better. Now, I had one of them had completed course already. Some of the students are now facing MCA exams and are awaiting results. Even his character, even he doesn't select the students who can clear MCI, who can clear MBBS. He keeps on sending for money purpose. Then he studied 3 lakhs. He keeps on sending. And even the students, none of the students, when his statement was taken, my lord, that was in the year 2013. And he has been sending students since long. And none of the students even could become a doctor. I'm
Those
not-
things doesn't matter.
No, I'm,
You see, in a matriculation examination,
no.
let us say 1 lakh students sat in the examination.
My whole submission is that this guy do everything for money. That's what because
No, that's okay, but
that only
doesn't
I'm
matter
just trying to
much.
say is credibility, my lord. Whether he's a sterling witness.
1 lakh, 1 lakh students give examination of
I
matriculation.
understand that part. I understand.
30,000 pass, 70,000 do not pass. One can't say
No,
that.
I cannot,
Hmm.
but because the way number one, he says that he has got export business. He has not exported even a single in other countries. Students are all, I'll not give that comment. I denied this and that I have not dealt with handloom products so and so. Now, these are all denial, my lord. Now, if I take a lordship to page 185, 1, 2, 3, 4 para from the bottom now. I deny this and that my visit to Guwahati for giving my statement and my state Guwahati are all sponsored by the NIA. I also deny this and that I'm a tutor witness. I further deny this and that I'm giving false evidence. My original 2 passports are not seized by the NIA. What? If they are not seized, if they have not seized the original passport, then am I going to get the proof? And my lord, in this regard, I'm not that familiar with the passport. He said, I have my original 2 passports, maybe original 2 passport. He's got 2 passports also. My original 2 passports. Normally, my limited knowledge was one can have only 1 passport. That's my limited knowledge. But he has got 2 passports. And 2 passports photocopy are taken from him. If one has got two passport, my lord. Character is doubtful. Two original passport. Which one is legal? Which one is illegal? That also we don't. My lord, here, even the entire basis of the judgment, the whole judgment, in fact, relied.
Any case law on the point that if somebody has two passports, he is unworthy of any credibility as a witness? Any judgment anywhere?
Look, normally, I'm not very familiar with this passport, but we'll try to find out.
Because so far as I understand, character in a criminal trial is immaterial of a witness. Even a bad character can give an evidence in a criminal case. So credibility does not go merely because he has two passports. Because if he has two passports and it is illegal, it would be the Home Ministry to take a call. Huh?
My humble submission is that from the original passport only, that can be proved that he visited China, even though other part is not.
That one is okay.
First, the visit has to be proved. It cannot be proved from the Xerox. And now Nia has taken only the Xerox of the passport. And it has come in the by way of exhibit also and by way of deposition also, my lord. And now, my humble submission is, my lord,
What is Exhibit 32?
is that series, my lord, passport series. Passport series. Photocopy of the passport.
Is it
Page 150,
page 1
150.
of which part?
Part 2, volume 1.
Part 2, volume 1.
It starts from 150, then it goes up to, my lord, 168.
Exhibit 32.
Photocopies. And it says photocopy.
See, this your visit to China was proved through this production memo, which contains at page 151 the letter of invitation. So this is how by production memo that has been proved.
This is a scan copy.
No, but we don't know. This was proved by, I think, PW80. Let us see the exhibit of the evidence of PW80. How does it? How does it say about that? One eight or eight. Which page is PW80?
PW80 space 419, that Millard will find in part one, volume
419,
419,
volume 2, part 2.
part one,
Part 1. Okay. PW80 42, 422.
42, no, it starts from this thing. Sorry, 42, the relevant portion will be Millard 424. 422, relevant portion will be 424, the middle portion. In the course of investigation, I collected the 424, the second paragraph.
424, second para. Exhibit 32. I collected this through production memo.
These 32, my lord, my humble is a photocopy.
No, no. We are not, you see, we are trying to understand what the evidence is about. Because now what the prosecution has done, they have taken the aid of production memo. Because otherwise a witness can't be compelled to give, accused cannot be compelled to become his own witness. Therefore, they give you a production memo and you give them a photocopy. And that photocopy, they are proving it. Now we are just examining it, whether they are worth, they have any worth as a evidence. Any evidence value can be attached to it. Because you see, come to page 429.
In paragraph.
I deny the suggestion that no documents were collected from witnesses K. Indubhushan during the course of investigation. I deny the suggestion that Exhibit 32 is false and fabricated document. I deny the suggestion that accused M. Joy Singh, so-and-so, Onyam Samarjit Singh, and so-and-so, Thaiwar had not accompanied Indubhushan during his visit to China. So this photocopy was not exhibited under protest.
The original was there. The originals were there. The originals were not seized. Originals were not even compared. So they have just produced the photocopy. And even they have not had anything to, because when the original has come and when they produce the Xerox, my lord. And it's admitted the originals are there.
Yes.
My lord,
Yes, we have noted your point.
my lord, humble submission, the Xerox and, no, my lord, my lord, he has been taken as a very star witness of the prosecution that my lord will find in case 979, part 1, volume 5, of the judgment part. I'm just taking a notice up to the judgment portion, how he has been treated, and basically the entire judgment, many of the court have been relied on this particular witness, is a servant. Well, page 979, the judgment starts from 948, but my lord.
Just a moment. Okay, I just, in the last matter, accused 14, I had, I had forgotten to ask you one aspect. You see this PW 84, yes, he gave evidence with regard to financial benefits that accused 14 had received.
My lord.
But if those documents prove that financial documents were, those financial benefits were received, then perhaps the membership of the banned organization would also be proved. We'll just indicate the exhibited documents are E88 by 55. Just note it down. E88 oblique 55, E88 oblique 62, E88 of 73, E89 oblique 13, E89 oblique 15. These are specific documents where it is stated that financial benefits was received by A14.
That is exhibit 1156.
Exhibit 115 series. Email.
emails.
But this is marked as E88 of 55.
That is,
Just check it up.
my lord, the documents, these E's are emails, my lord.
Okay.
These E's are because at that time, my lord, there was a big bundle. So the IO, Mr. Pani, what he said about emails. These are all
No.
emails.
You come to page 444. This is at volume.
Yes, I was.
Volume two.
I was just reading that. A6, it is pertaining to balloon project, starting from that.
Yes.
A6.
In the middle, you will find the
Project
financial benefits received by A14 is also mentioned in so and so.
88 by 86, my lord, just for your lordship's, my lord, reference, my lord. I respectfully take, my lord, to one on.
Email बिना करते उनके तो marking नहीं दे सकते. This is exhibit 115. Phone by print up ऐसे. तो exhibit अपने policy.
Five to six. Next step, column two. Mm, 18 by 230. My lord, I respectfully take, my lord, just part two, volume two, just for your lordship's reference.
Part 2, volume 2.
But any, my lord. Instead, I just take your lordship, it's not relevant, but any page 452, any page 452, just like that. Just page 42, my lord, 452,
452.
but just. My lord, and your lordship for my lord.
Yes.
The right of, my lord, E28 by 30, just example, my lord. This comes, the bottom is exhibit 115 by 184 is E28 by 31. So these emails are all 115 series, my lord, where
Okay.
my learned senior has taken care of this 65 before. So whatever that E series are the emails. E means emails. It's not exhibit, my lord. Just these are emails, my lord.
Okay.
My lord, that what your lordship has pointed out that about the financial benefit of Landoni accused hotel, that my lord will find my lord, he said
Information. Like, even that it is covered by decommission.
IP question.
E88 series is also the same exhibits, email. Exhibit number 14, my lord. These are also email. My lord. So E means emails, my lord. They have given D document, E in the form of emails.
Yes. Oh.
What is it?
462.
Exhibit 14 is what? Come on, tell them.
Seven zero four. Take it.
Uh, huh? What is it? My lord, this particular queries that your lordship has put on me, my lord, on the last occasion, my learned senior was arguing on exhibit number 52, my lord, that name of the officers, my lord. This is a series of that email series. That my learned senior was on the name of the officer, that Gunesh, not this is Gunesh, so that in that series, that is email 79. In that series, it has come all, my lord. It's our own email, retrieved from 18 and 19, my lord. So even for the sake of it, my lord, even that accused number 15 was getting financial benefit from UNLF. What sort of financial benefit has not been described? My lord, I was looking at that financial benefit. It is I came across in the last question is for buying a spec, something like that from the email. That maybe assuming, my lord, that is even there, it cannot be taken as an admission. It is not admissible in view of 65B4. These are all emails. So E is not exhibit, my lord. E is emails and exhibit is written as EXT, my lord. My lord, why I am relying and my argument is confining to PW7, my lord. Only PW7's deposition. If PW deposition goes, everything goes, because others are all emails. No documents, it's all retrieved. My lord, I respectfully take, my lord, to judgment person that your lordship may kindly part 1, volume 5, page 979. These are documents. Part 1, volume 5, page 979. My lord, so for the other angles, apart from other angles, the conspiracy angle, my lord. The conspiracy 2 ways were, that is 121A, my lord. So far 121A is concerned, in the judgment, they are relying on PW3, PW4, and PW7, my lord. First, I'll take your worship to PW7, my lord. Page 979, para 62. Another important witness, my lord, in the case was PW7, who was an engineering graduate and was doing business in handloom and textile. He was also the owner of so-and-so. In the year 2010, in connection with his business, he used to visit Bangkok sometimes. He also stated he was also involved in business of sending students course so-and-so in China. He has visited 8 to 10 times between 2005 to 2009. He sent about so-and-so or less, but the year 2008, the Chinese hiked the fees, and as a result, it was difficult for him to send. Ultimately, in the year 2008, he visited China and contacted Ms. Cheng, the general manager, so-and-so. He also stated that in the latter part of the year 2000, he met his old friend Oinam Samarjit at a hotel in Guwahati. Who also
By the way, you have also given the answer to your query. Why 2 passports?
My lord.
He says that he has visited China 8 to 10 times.
My lord.
In the Caesar memo with regard to that, the production memo about that photocopy of passport says that passport contained 10 pages.
My
You
lord,
check that, I'll
Yeah.
now tell you.
Yes, my lord, that what I was,
Now I'll tell you. You see, 10 pages of passport would also include first page where your name and addresses are there. And then when one passport of 10 pages expire, it is filled up. You have traveled more than 9 times. Then you are given a second passport. So the first passport is never cancelled. It is given to you, and then you have a supplementary passport of book 2, where it may contain 10 pages, more pages, goes up to 72 pages.
yeah, but
Correct. So the earlier passport is not cancelled. It's returned to you because maybe you see, for going to a certain country, they may require multiple visas. Your visa can be there. So your passport doesn't get cancelled.
No, but.
and therefore two passports.
My lord, my submission, my lord, I'm not very familiar with passport, but it says photocopy the passport number so and so cancel.
That's a, but once you are reading this,
It says cancelled. Production memo says cancelled.
cancel it subsequently, because once you are a subject of NIA, what you call investigation, then they would cancel it. Your passport is the first thing they will cancel.
But number 4 is not again not cancelled. If it is cancelled, all the passport had to be cancelled, but why only one was cancelled?
Because you see,
I'm also.
that we don't know, but you see, once you are reading this, I can give you an answer to what you have earlier said.
Because. Huh? My lord, normally, yes, passport, they will keep on issuing, but I'm not very familiar whether they will issue the same number or they will issue another new passport.
No, it can't be, it can't be a new number.
Then the number is different, the passport number is different.
It will be serial number different.
My lord.
Passport number will be same.
No.
Passport, the book number would change.
No, the passport number is different. His passport number is different, my lord. That's why. But he had a certain passport number is same. It can contain even, but the different passport. That's why I'm a little confused about
That's
the
okay,
production
that's
memo.
okay.
But I'll take your lordship to production memo again.
We'll take a break and come back
My
again.
lord.
Item number 2, Lordship. This matter may take some more time. In that case, Lordship,
We are not taking up mentions right now. We just tell the court master, but ask somebody to be here if you want an adjournment. You may not be here, but ask somebody to be here.
if it will finish, then I'll do it.
Lord, the queries that we note as good. Sorry, my lord, I have to trouble you again. PS 150, my lord, part 2, volume 1. Part 2, volume 1. Sorry for troubling.
Yes,
PS 150, my lord, the production memo,
150.
150.
Yes.
My lord, details of the documents produced, my lord, if your lordship comes down to number 3 and 4, photocopy the passport number B17, cancelled. Photocopy the passport number so and so. Well, they have written what cancel and number, because I was little confused because of the passport number. Because passport can be, I can have 5 passport if I keep on visiting. But again, they say cancel, because I'm not very familiar with this passport system, but passports are normally impounded, my lord. Not cancelled, it has to be cancelled by an authority, my lord. For any reason, if that is required, then it can be impounded, my lord, under the passport act. But now it says cancelled and it has got 2 numbers and the originals were not even this thing. Well, the Xerox was produced as a secondary evidence, but no permission was taken. This straight away they are producing Xerox when they have the originals. But I humbly submit, my lord, after the first passbook is over, whether new number is given or is, that part I'm not very familiar. I have to consider that. I'm not very familiar with that. But as I look, because his cancer is given another number. So my humble submission, one cannot have two passport number. Normally it is renewed. Normally passports are renewed number. Hello, well, I have taken note of your lordship's query of E-bill E88 by 85, 62, 73, 89 by 13 and 15, my lord. These are emails, my lord, but this particular, which was meant by PW 84, it is not in the paper, my lord. I'll again cross-check it, my lord. But these are not exhibits, these are emails, my lord.
I'll tell you.
My lord.
Come to page 153,
153.
same volume. This is the first passport,
My lord.
correct? Now you look at the first page, top last line. 35 2000 to 21/11/2004, date of expiry.
My lord.
And therefore you see first page in the middle, 31/12/2008 cancelled. Correct. Now this is because when you produce this passport, which has already expired, they cancelled this. And come to page 163, second passport issued. So expiry date passport, it can't be renewed. So they have cancelled it and issued you a new passport. Page 163. You see the down below 31/12/2008 to 30/12/2018. 10-year passport.
My lord.
Correct.
So I'm not very familiar because
No, we're telling you, we're telling you because you see passport, second passport, there is a necessity because the first passport has expired. Your driving license once expired will not be renewed from that day. It will be renewed from the day when you present yourself for the second driving license.
But number.
It has to change. This is not a case of extension of passport by a second book. It's a case of new issuance of new passport because first part was already expired.
But because I'm not very familiar with the passport.
No, it's okay, but this is the answer, possible answer.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but
Hmm.
it's logical also, my lord. Answer is very logical because normally it is done in that manner. But my only humble summation was they have not even seen the original, they have produced the Xerox. And Xerox copy, my lord. When it's not compared with the original, even though the objection was not raised, because they ought to have followed certain procedure, my lord. That was not done. So that going to China cannot be proved. That was my humble summation.
Huh? Hospital.
My lord, another aspect of the matter, even nobody from the passport office was summoned even to verify, even though this is Xerox, no witness was called by the prosecution from the passport office, any competent official or any of the officers from passport office to verify this. That's another aspect. Not even a single witness was summoned by the prosecution from the passport office.
No, you see, there can be a second view. The second view would be this was produced by PW PW 17,
Oh, this was, yes,
correct?
PW 7.
PW 7, huh? PW 7 had produced this. Now, this is to link, NIA is, the prosecution is saying that you accompanied PW 7 for the purpose of purchasing arms.
No.
Yes, yes, that is it.
I'm Mr. Samazit. I'm Samazit, I stayed in God. He went and he met A18
No,
and
no,
A16.
no. I'll show you. There's something which has come in the evidence. It says that you went there along with uh, along with this to, this PW7 to purchase arms. That is the allegation. And now the notice to produce was given to this PW7 who produced this production memo, Exhibit 32. In Exhibit 32, there are travel documents of yours, copy of passport and all, he produces. Now, you see, under 106, it will be your burden to show that you have not accompanied him. Because the link is there, that the allegation is that you went there for procurement of arms. And we'll show you just a moment.
But,
Just a moment. It's 718, which is. Part one, volume four. It is essential to the person who uses the proper use of the control of the machine. Function of the machine. Control of the language. Okay. It's only long. Once they are made, then you have to do which is 16 different language. Wait, in the vision for seven partner related to which are not very.
Melody, I think Melody is referred to case 420.
We have found it. You see, come to paper book, part 1, volume 2.
Page 24. Page 24,
424.
424.
Second paragraph, I collected certain documents from witnesses so and so. He provided certain documents relating to visit to China where he accompanied accused person, namely so and so, and Samarjit Singh.
Yes.
Naresh so and so, this accused person were trying to procure sophisticated arms and ammunition from the Chinese persons. Exhibit 32/5 is my signature.
Yes.
So now he says, so in the cross examination, that part has not been demolished.
No, my lord, may I kindly
Hmm.
come to PW7? Because that is what in page 424 it is said, and there is a denial. But all along of the evidence of PW7, PW only 7 says when he was in China, accused 18 and accused 16 met. They met accused 18 and 16. After coming back, he informed him. So it is not a version of PW7 that I accompanied him to China. My lord, if I take my lord to PW7,
Yes.
PW7 has not stated anything that I accompanied, only said that. But now
Let us see that.
PW7 may not will find in page 179, part 1, volume 1, page 179.
Part 1, volume 1.
Page 179. My name is Sri.
Just. Which page?
179. My lord,
Yes,
the
yes.
relevant procedure, your my lord will find in page 182.
182.
My lord. My lord, 6 line from the bottom. 6 line from the bottom. I could not recollect by numbers, notes on 17/1/2009. On the request of my uncle, I visited China this on 17/1/2009. On the request of my uncle, I visited China as us. My cousin, that is daughter of my uncle, was sick. He visited alone on the request of his uncle. While at Chengdu, I came across Mr. Chen, alias Alex. He told me that Mr. Nongya and his friends were at Chengdu. He asked me to come with him. We went to a hotel where they were staying and met at the lobby. Mr. Nongya introduced me to his friends, Lancha, Thabal, and Saket. I could understand that something conspired with them and they were not happy to see me. I was asked to have tea at the lobby of the hotel where they were staying. All of them went together at one of the adjoining room, the lobby. After having my tea and waiting for more than 30 minutes, I went towards the room where they were talking. I could hear a loud noise from outside. I opened the door a little bit, but did not enter. All of them were in confusion, shouting at one another. They were talking in English. They were talking about the purchase of so-and-so, so-and-so. I was shocked to hear the discussion and ran back to my hotel. The next day, I left quietly without informing them to Nanjing to meet the Indian students for whom I said. The next day, I left China via Bangkok. After reaching home, my friend Samoji Elias Nares called me about so and asked me why I left China without informing his friends. So even this is not a version of PW7 that I was in Kathmandu. I was in China. Only it has come from the Mr. Srivastava, PW80, and it was denied. But PW7 says that he only met Nongyai, Lancha, Thawal and Sakhen. Mr. Nongyai is an accused in this case, accused number 8. Yes or no?
They are accused number 18 and
18 only.
only 18.
18. And one whom he met here in Guwahati, Mr. Dilip, he's accused number 16. That was in Guwahati. And also in Nepal. But not in China.
A18 in China.
A18 in China. A16
At Nunmati, Guwahati.
A16 in Guwahati as well as in as per his version, Kathmandu also. Kathmandu also, A16. There's come out in this, but not Samarji. I was all alone in Guwahati. That is only the version of PW80, but not the version of PW7.
Mr. Singh,
No.
you are, if I understood you correctly, you are trying to say that PW7 might have gone to China from the documents, but your document going to China is not proved.
No.
Correct? Okay. Okay.
And
got
one
it.
expert in matter, another expert in matter, he assuming for the timing that he went to China in the month of January 2009, soon after he procured his passport, that he didn't accompany anybody. He went just because one of his niece was sick and he was sent by his uncle, not accompanied. Here in China, Alex has said that Mr. Nongyai is in Nepal in a hotel. So he went all alone on the direction of his uncle to visit his niece and not accompanied by anybody. And PW80 says that he has worked in everybody. Mr. Samajiro, they accompanied. But from the version also it has come, he was not accompanied by anybody. The only Alex informed that Nongyai is in accused number 18 is in China. That's all. Here he went in the lobby, met and he heard something about this. The procurement of arms, that only through this, it is established 121A, they're trying to establish 121A. Therefore, PW7 statement is very important, because nowhere, because once the email goes, nothing remains except this PW7. PW7 overheard talking inside a hotel about the procurement of arms with Mr. Alex and Nongyai, and they were fighting, shouting, everything. Now, this is the only theory where, because in the entire email, even though it's not admissible, my lord, nothing is mentioned about procuring of arms in the entire email. But my learned senior also will consider that. And not even a single pistol, not even some incriminating items were seized from these 19 accused. Even I'll come to PW34, Somaso Datta, who is the IO said that nothing, no terrorist activity, nothing. Just on information suspected to arrest him. So no incriminating items, even from the pen drives, no incriminating items were seized. So why therefore, my lord, I'm solely because the EW7 is star witness of prosecution. No, my lord, what EW7 says, 979, the judgment part, my lord. Part 1, volume 5, the judgment part, that my lord will find in page 979. Nine seven nine.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look, I'll start reading from 7 line first. He
This
said
is,
about 10 students.
this is PW,
979 judgment part,
sure, judgment.
part 1, volume 5.
Hmm. Yes.
Look, 7 line. He sent about 10 students, para 62. He sent about 10 students for MBBS first to China by charging so or less. But in the year 2008, the Chinese university hiked the fees and as a result, it was difficult for him to send students. Ultimately, in the year 2008, he visited and contacted Miss Cheng, the general manager of Chengdu Source Management. So he also stated that in the latter part of the year 2008, he met his old friend Samajit at a hotel in Guwahati, who also had his mobile number. He stated that since 1990, he lost his contact with him, though he was a childhood friend. They sat together in the hotel and discussed about themselves. During the said meeting, Oinam Samajit told him a number of UNLF. The witness categorically rejected his offer. After about 1 month, Oinam Singh, Samajit Singh, called him over his mobile phone and asked him to visit place at Nunmati. And he went to the place of Oinam Samajit, introduced him to Mr. Dilip, who is accused number 16. They discussed primarily about sending students to the China. Dilip Singh was not known to the witness from earlier. EW7 stated that in the month of December 2008, he went to Kathmandu and with his wife in connection with his handloom business, and prior to his departure to Kathmandu, Oinam Samajit called him and informed that A16 and some of his friends were also at Kathmandu. He told that they were interested for sending students to China and also requested him to contact his source in China for sending students. The witness also stated that he contacted Ms. Wang and narrated about his intention of sending students. He was told that one Chen, Alex, was in Kathmandu and asked them to meet him. They were received by Chen in Kathmandu airport, who took them to a Chinese hotel at Thamel in Kathmandu. From the mobile phone, Mr. Chen, the witness, contacted A16 and informed him about his location, and A16 came to the hotel where they were staying. A16 introduced him to his friends M. Joy, A18, Hubble, A20. Hubble, A20, but then he was not, he's an absconder because he was not on trial. And in turn, he introduced them to Mr. Chen. They discussed the possibilities and difficulties of getting students and also about the fees in details. Mr. Chen, Alex, who was the director of the Chengdu Management Company, told the witness as well as A18, A20, and A16. I'm A7. I'm A7. This A18, A20, A16, that if they could send 20 students at a time, then the university would give 20% on fees, which made all of them happy. On the next day, the witness left Kathmandu for Imphal, but Dilip and his friends, A16, 18 and 20 stayed back. PW7 also stated that on 17/1/2009, on the request of his uncle, he visited China to see the daughter of his uncle in China who was sick. At the time, the witness met Mr. Chen, who told him that Mr. Noya and his friends were at Chengdu. The witness also stated that he then went along with Mr. Cheng in a hotel where A18 and 20, Lord, A18 and A20 were staying and met them at the lobby. The witness also stated that A18 introduced him to his friends, and the witness got a sense that some conspiracy was going on and they were not probably happy to see him. He was then asked to have a cup of tea at the lobby of the hotel where they were staying. PW 7, para 63. Further stated that after having tea and waiting for about 30 minutes, he went towards the room where A1820 and their friends were talking. A7 is not here, my lord. The witness also stated he could hear loud noises from outside, and he opened the door a little bit, but he didn't enter and saw that they were shouting at one another in a confusing state. They were talking in English and they were talking regarding purchase of AK-47, RPG and M21. And also about military training of ANL cadres in China. According to the witness, when he heard the conversation, he was shocked and he ran back to his hotel, and on the next day he left China for India via Bangkok. He also stated that after he reached home, accused 7 telephoned him in BSL number and asked him why he left China without information. The witness also informed him about the discussion regarding arms purchase of UNL cadres. The witness also said that A7 told him that he didn't know about this and he would compensate him for all experience, and also cautioned him not to speak about this to anyone. Out of fear, he remained silent. Thereafter, he destroyed all the SIM card he had, links with A7, 16, 18, 20. Ultimately, he thought of speaking out to so-and-so that they were meek and helpless. Then the NIA approached him and he told all the truth. During his testimony, he also identified so-and-so. The witness also exhibited the decision memo so-and-so, by which so-and-so, so-and-so. Referring to this testimony, the learned people avoided, there was no reason to disbelieve the witness, who was a natural witness and childhood friend of A7. He further submitted that the testimony squarely indicated that accused referred to A7 were members of UNL and conspiring to war against India. Now, this is the only version that even the entire prosecution relied about the waging of war based on the statement of PW7 only. My lord, if we really look, the statement given by PW7, one part was totally about the sending of students. That was the talk in Guwahati and Nepal. The conspiracy part will come in China, my lord. Now, so far his version goes, he has deposed that he went to China just because one of his nieces is sick. That is one part. Kathmandu and Guwahati part is about academic history. Now, the conspiracy part, where even the prosecution is relying in paragraph 64, this is what the conspiracy 2 as well. That procurement arms will come from the version of PW7, which he heard in a room when they were talking. Now, one part, my lord, which somehow a little too hard to digest is, he went in his own expenditure, number one, and he was willing to take compensation from it. It is number 7, when he said he will be well compensated. So the clear version is, he went and he met. It's not that he was sent. It is not a case that he was sent to China to do all these activities. And he said he only heard. So 2 versions has come out. Either he went in his own to attend these, or sent by them. But his version say he went in his own, he came back. In that case, again, when accused 7 said it will be compensated. He has not given any consent, but the talk went up to that extent. And from this, only this version, which he overheard, when somebody was talking inside a room, can that be the basis to establish the theory of conspiring to wage war against India? Only one version of PW7. Out of this entire PW 84 where they have examined, nobody said anything about the conspiracy angle. And only one sentence he offered up. Is that sufficient
Okay.
to bring that?
Then
My lord,
Nothing,
65.
nothing more in this.
My lord, learned defense lawyers argued that PW7 was full of lies and exaggeration and no reliance could be placed. One of the reasons for the aforesaid argument was that the prosecution could not prove the details of the company between the accused and the evil members. It was further submitted overhearing certificate could not be held as a proof of any fact. This argument, however, did not appear to be very convincing in as much as in case of this nature, it would be difficult to get any better evidence which could be more direct in nature. Gladden even also submitted since no weapons to record from any, they could not be held to be guilty of procuring arms. On consideration of the testimony of PW7 and submission made by the prosecution and defense, it appeared to me that there was no such ground for which the witness could have spoken a lie. Rather, he appeared to have given the evidence with a lot of reasons. His testimony also remained unrefuted in factual matters. During the defense can only give certain suggestions to him which he denied. Since the testimony period appeared to be trustworthy, it was absolutely clear that A7, 16, and A18 were the members of UNLF and were actually involved in activities of UNLF, including conspiracy for waging war against India. Testimony of PW7 teachers and so on. Now, this is how they have brought the theory of conspiracy. Now, my lord, just to say so about this.
Just a
conspiracy.
moment.
My lord, I respectfully take your lordship to page para 86 of the same judgment. Para 86. Not varieties. In this regard, charge under section 120 BIPC, the established law is that mere knowledge of the plan, objective, or a distance per se is not enough to prove the charge against all accused who might have merely known about the plan objective. Since all the accused are held to be a member of UNLF, it may be presumed that they might be aware of the main objective of the organization, which was to attain independence of Manipur from the state of India. But that is not enough for proving a charge of criminal conspiracy. Meeting of minds is the most essential ingredient of the crime of criminal conspiracy. Surely, there cannot be direct evidence of meeting of minds of all the accused, but there should be some circumstances positively indicate that there was a broad agreement among all the accused to commit an illegal act or a legal act in illegal manner. So and so, a few bits and a few bits here, a few bits there, on which the prosecution relies cannot be held to be adequate for connecting the accused in the offense of criminal conspiracy. The circumstances before, during, and after the occurrence can be proved to decide about the complicity of the accused. But in this case, there was no such circumstance, as much no commission of terrorism act within the meaning of section 15 or attempt to wage war against government India could be proved by the prosecution. All the accused are therefore held not to be guilty under 120B IPC. My lord, here we were charged under 120B, 121A, as well as 118. My lord, 18 of UAP says about the conspiracy, punishment for conspiracy. 18 of UAP. 121A says about the conspiracy to commit offense punishable by 1/6. That's a 121. Now, my lord, if the conspiracy part goes under 120B, my humble submission is whether the conspiracy under 18 or 121 can still stay. Because 120B is to do illegal act or legal act in illegal manner. What we got. So if the conspiracy part under 120B goes, whether the conspiracy in 121 and 18 will survive. When the court has come to a conclusive finding that there is no conspiracy, so then how conspiracy under 121A, 18 will survive? Because conspiracy says about illegal act, and 121 will not be illegal then. 18 also will not be illegal. Or had I not been charged under 120B, and had I been charged under 118 and 120, that could have been different aspect altogether. But having charged under 120B, and on a conclusive finding that there's no case of conspiracy under 120B, so that what is the meaning of that conspiracy under 121A and the conspiracy under 18? Whether there will be different meaning will be given.
No, we'll be unable to appreciate your argument because on page 992, you're not convicted under 121A.
My lord. No, I'm convicted.
I don't know. Here it says you are not. Para 90.
A7, 121A, IPC.
This is A14.
My lord.
This is A14.
No.
A7.
90. In view.
No, you are A7 here. This is A7. Okay, A7 is guilty. Okay, right. I was looking at A14. Okay.
A14 only for this thing. Just simple.
A7 is 121. Okay.
121A.
Correct.
Well, therefore, A14 is only under section 20. Now, when the conspiracy goes, all the conspiracy has to do. Or I could have been charged under 121A alone or 18. But having charged even under 120B, and on a clear finding that there's no conspiracy, no meeting of mind under 120B, then how can be a meeting of mind under 120? Because that is what they are trying to bring PW7. Meeting of mind to do illegal act. Meaning there 121 is not illegal act, or 18 is also not illegal. But if we go by the finding of the learned special judge.
Okay. We'll continue to them.
My lord.
This is over, I think. A7 is over.
Only about 5 minutes, then I'll conclude. My lord. I'll just give a. I'll try to finish tomorrow itself, my part. Because rest will be all covered by Garnet Senior's argument. My lord.
Tomorrow you prepare a chart that
My lord, I'll-
paragraphs for each accused, for you, which you are,
Relying.
for accused appellant you are relying on.
Definitely.
Last occasion, asked the PP to assert it. The information has come that yes, he has passed it.
So this will await.
This will avail. Item 4, my lord, it is connected with 5 mile Lonnington appears.
5 is still there, that appeal remains. That will continue.
That will continue.
Okay.
Item number 4, we have received that.
Yes, we go to on the sheet. Heard Mr.
And the comment.
Ndeka. Also heard Mr. K. Bashir, Learned Public Prosecutor. As per the last order, Learned Public Prosecutor was requested to verify and submit a report as regards the fact of death of the appellant Ram Naresh Chauhan. Today, the public prosecutor has produced the death certificate of appellant Ram Naresh Chauhan, and on perusal of the same, it appears that the appellant Ram Naresh Chauhan has expired on 22/12/2023. In view of the demise of the appellant Ram Naresh Chauhan, this appeal stands abated. Let this report be kept as a part of the case record. In item number 5, list this. Heard Mr. D.K. Bhattacharjee, Learned Counsel for the appellant. Also heard Mr. K. Bashir, Learned Additional Public Prosecutor. List this matter. When do you want? After 2 weeks.
May I please your lordship? Since you, my lord. Can we date may be fixed? Because my lord, in item number 1, my lord has heard the matter. It was part heard, though it is not reflected. That my lord, the eyewitness and 313(1). If your lordship can take up this matter on 26th, my lord.
we first intend to complete this part,
Hello.
this matter first.
The date specific date, madam?
March or April.
Fourth of March, Monday.
Monday. Obliged.
All of the matters will be adjourned. We'll give the dates. Okay. Okay, all of this will be left over. All of this will be left over. It will go as leftover. We make a mention if there is some urgency. Yes.
My lord, so Samaji, accused number is 7. The 7 was convicted under 20, 18, and 121A.
Yes.
Not here. And not see is aware of the fact that the only longest conviction was under 121A, where they have to undergo 10 years. And under 18, they have to undergo 8 years. And under 20, sorry, under 27 years. Now, the only thing against me, my lord, that is PW7, which cannot be relied upon as per my this thing, cannot rely upon. And apart from that, the emails where my learned senior has taken care of everything about email, which I don't need to again revisit. So basically on the version of PW7 and on the finding that we got in para 86, that there is no criminal conspiracy. So once the criminal conspiracy is not proved, my lord, my humble submission is that all other conspiracy will go. That is conspiracy under 18 will go. And even the conspiracy under 121A also will, because that is my humble submission. Now, if we take that and my lord, just bringing to your lordship's notice that most of the accused, most of the appellants, except two, that is Landoni and Rakesh, most of them have spent 7.5 years behind the bar, and they were released on bail after some. Mr. A, accused number 16, N. Dilip, he has completed his time. And he was-
Just a moment. This is concluded. No, this A7 is concluded.
A7 is separate. A7 is spent about 7.5 years. Exact date I don't know, but he was released. They were arrested on 19/8/2010. Then he was released in 2017 January. In January 2017 was released. So he has completed about 7.5 years behind.
Okay. Please give the date again. Arrested on.
For everybody, I'll give the exact date.
Okay. Okay.
And accused number 16, N. Dilip Singh, my lord.
No, we'll come one by one. This is concluded. This appeal is concluded. Okay.
Now, my lord, accused number A16 was N. Dilip Singh. Huh? N. Dilip Singh. My lord, N. Dilip Singh, my lord, is accused number 16. Yeah, no, but post list to post list.
This is appeal number?
No, I'm just.
113 and Dilip Singh.
It's 113, item number 22. 113. Well, so far in Delhi is concerned a lot. I basically will go by the version of PW7. PW7, same, because they is still the same footing. Accused number 7, it was in Guwahati, but he went up to Kathmandu. That is what it has come out. So, but however, my lord, rest of the evidence will be taken care of by email and all that, everything apart from email, nothing is found, even again. Apart from email and PW7, nothing is against NDLC.
Okay.
But my humble submission is, so far NDLC is concerned, he has completed his time.
Okay.
Because they were given about 8 years. So we always for every Independence Day, 20th January, with all those he spent the entire time and he went out after serving his jail term.
Okay.
Now I'll come to my lord. Accused number 8, Mr. Jiten Singh.
Dilip Singh. Just a moment. Dilip Singh. Yes, next item is
And Dilip.
Can appeal number?
Appeal number 115.
115. K. Jiten Singh.
Milord, for K. Jiten Singh, Milord. Now, PW 17, Milord.
He is otherwise accused number?
Accused number 10.
He is that husband of
Nandoni.
Nandoni.
Milord, therefore, I would like to take your lordship to PW number 17, who happens to be his brother-in-law, who said that he is a member of UNL. If I don't take your lordship today, also my learned senior will take to the particular PW. My lord, 211 page number, volume 1, part 1. May I just read out? The relevant person is my lord. Second, I have 3 brothers and I'm the eldest. The second one named Jayanta joined UNLF in the year 1982. And till today, we do not have any trust with him. We have 3 sisters. The youngest one is Nandoni Devi.
Just a. You're into volume?
Volume 1,
Volume 1,
part 1.
part 1.
Yes.
Just a. Yes.
Page 211. Today I have a person, I have completed third, but I have three brothers. And I'm the eldest. The second one named Jayanta Kumar joined UNLF India 1982. Until today, we do not have any touch with him. We have three sisters. The youngest one is Nandoni Devi, who eloped with one Jitin, who is a member of UNLF. That this version has come from Mr. M. Sirun PW 70, who happens to be the brother-in-law of Jitin. But on cross, so far, this portion has not been brought on cross, but Rakesh thing has come on cross. This portion has not been brought in the cross. Now, another witness who says about Jitin Singh that part 1, volume 2.
So this is the only statement against him. He is a member of UNLF, only that much.
And volume 2, my lord. Part 1, volume 2. Page 251. In the V54.
PW 34.
Volume 2. One L. Momon Singh, he was a sub-inspector, and he said about an FIR where one Jitin was arrested. In a Manipur case. But the charge sheet doesn't know about the trial, he doesn't know about the charge sheet. One arrested, the FIR he mentioned, he's a police officer from Manipur. He said about an FIR where Jitin was arrested in Manipur. PW 34. Huh? Then another witness who said about Jitin, it's my lord, in the
Just a moment.
PW 34 my lord. The officer, Manipur police, who arrested him, doesn't know the identity of the person. And when he was examined, he could not identify. He doesn't know the man. He said, in FIR was there, Mr. Jitin Singh was there, but he doesn't know the identity of the executive person. He doesn't know. On cross, it has come that I don't know the identity of the person. That has come on cross by the police. He has categorically said in page 252, I'll just read out. I have no idea whether the charge sheet against accused case Jitin Singh has submitted before the court for trial or not. I also do not know the identity of the accused persons. He was released on bail by honorable court. I have no idea whether any case against him. It's not if I am so and so. So he even doesn't know who that one Jiten was arrested, but he doesn't know the identity of that person. And when he was, there was no dog identification done.
Yes.
Now, my lord, one very important witness who says about Jiten Singh, my lord, that my lord will find there's a PW 26, part 1, volume 1, PW 26, because that is the reason why I'm bringing this particular witness in the last. The Lightonjam Rupa 231.
Page number
231,
231.
My lord, it says, today I am here before the court on receipt of this summons from the court. I am a BA, and after my education, I am doing the business of grocery as well as hardware software. During 2008 to 9, I was doing the business of transport contracts. So I didn't have any vehicle of my own, but I was taking the same one higher. During the time doing business was not only very smooth, there was a lot of demand for money by the underground groups like UNLF and Bangladesh. We used to pay this demand money monthly as well as yearly. The underground people used to come and collect the money from our establishment. I cannot recollect the amount of money today as it was a long time ago. At present, we are not paying any money to any extremists or any other underground organization. The last we paid is in the year 2009 when we were doing transport business. In the transport business, I was appointed as admin for the transport of rice for the purpose, and we were paid 4% to 5% per trip for truck. In this trip, we carried about 300 to 400 foot range in the truck. In the collection of demanded money, one person by the name Indramani used to come to our establishment. This Indramani is not an accused. We did not pay to Indramani, but he had one Jiten belonging to UNLF. Jiten belonging to UNLF collected money from the nominee. I had an account in Imphal Urban Cooperative Bank. In the said account, Jiten forced me to deposit all the amounts of the nominee amounting to rupees 3 lakhs to 10 lakhs, and so on in total deposit about 40 to 50 lakhs. Thereafter, there was a demand of taking out the money from the bank, and I handed over to one Mr. Ranjit. He's also not arrested. There was a telephonic call from the UNL who directed me to hand over the money to Ranjit, and accordingly, I handed over the amounts. Sometime in 2009, I was arrested by the Imphal police and was kept under detention for about 3 months on the charge that I was supporting the underground groups. Thereafter, I was released. During the fair, I had somewhere around 40 to 50 lakhs of underground money belonging to UNL. After my release, I handed over all the said money to Mr. Ranjit belonging to UNLF. This amount was given by check. One Mr. Suresh of UNLF directed me to pay the money, for which I paid the same to Ranjit. Thereafter, there was no dealing with UNLF and underground groups. I can identify Ranjit and Jiten. I can identify Ranjit, but I have not seen them in the court today. Then who is this Jiten? I can identify Ranjit and Jiten, but I have not seen them in the court today. Exhibit 50 is a season memo by which I have handed over 8 numbers of documents to NIA. It's my, in the said list, I have given list of 14 nominees issued by the DC Imphal in the name of MS Lightonjam Brothers and Sons, between DC and MS Lightonjam certificate so and so. Now on cross, now he said, I can identify, but that citizen is not present. In spite of the fact, this is not a case that people were released on bail in the trial was done. They are all arrested at UK behind a bar for 7.5 years, and the trial was done.
No, we don't know unless we see the trial court order sheet. We won't know whether he was produced or not. May not have been produced.
Then it can be verified. Now, on cross, it is true that there are many underground groups in Manipur numbering about 20 to 30 under different names. There was no demand letter from the UNLF to myself or to any of any kind. The demands were made only over the phone. Jiten was introduced as a member of UNLF by Indramani. I do not know the whereabouts either the said Indramani Singh and Jiten Singh. I also did not verify whether the said two persons were actually members of UNLF or not. There was no threat by the show of force by using bombs, guns, and other weapons to me or to my family. Due to lapse of time, I cannot now remember the details like date, check numbers, amount, etc. of the popular transaction which I mentioned in my examination sheet made from so and so. I do not know SS Ranjit personally. However, the person who came to me identified himself Ranjit Singh. I only saw him once. I would not be able to identify the said Ranjit Singh now. It is true that there were many instances of extorting money from business or government by imposters by posing themselves as members of underground outfit during those periods. While I was doing business of transport, contract or FCA, I did not make any complaint to the police when demands were met by the underground outfits. I was taken to the court of the judicial magistrate by the official of NIA for giving my statement under 164. I also came out of the court together with the official of so and so. The said statement was recorded after my release from the jail. I denied it in that I get the statement as threatened by NIA. I also deny so and so. Now, particularly, my lord, these are denial part. Particularly, my lord, your lordship is right because it is a lower court. Whether Jiten was present on that day before the court, that needs to be cross-checked. Now, if Jiten was present on that day, and because Mr. Rupa, whom they are relying as a member of the UNL, 26 says that he was not present that day for the court. If he was absent that day for some reason or sick that day, now it can go that has been identified because age was not. But if he is present before the court, that dog identification is only substantial piece of evidence. In that case, that Jiten is not the Jiten that Rupa is mentioning about. Because he said he will be able to identify. That needs to be cross-checked. Now, what has come out from these particular instances? 3 instances. One is Momon Singh, one is Rupa, one is PW70, who happens to be the brother-in-law of Jiten Singh. Now, Momon Singh, PW34 has said that he cannot identify the accused. He has not given any reasons, maybe because of lapse of time. He has not given any reason. He said he cannot identify. Now, Rupa says that he is not present in the court. He can identify, but he was not present. That needs to be cross-checked. I'll also just cross-check from the lower court record. Now, the pertinent question is, who has said, the brother-in-law, that my sister has eloped with one Jiten who is a member of UNLF? However, nothing has come on cross. That part was not even denied or no suggestion was met. Now, assuming for the timing, it goes. It goes. Now, particular pertinent question needs to be asked in 313. On cross, that point was not taken, denial was not taken, no suggestion was given. So far, PW70 is concerned. But however, in 313 statement, a pertinent question also has not come. That PW17 says that you are a member of UNL, what do you have to say? My lord. My lord, written prose, my lord will find part 1, volume 4, oh sorry, 313. My lord, my lord will find part 1, volume 4, page 758. This is a 313 statement of chickens.
That one volume?
Part 1, volume 4.
Oh.
Page 758.
Page?
758. Look, start from 758. It says what PW 3, PW 4, PW 5, 7, 7, 9, 11, 14, 16, 17. That mirror will find page 761. Seven, 6, 1. Question number 10. Question number 10. PW 17 MC.
Just a minute. Yes.
PW 17 MC Arun has deposed that he was the assistant professor in the university. And he was looking for scholarship attending a seminar organized by Dole Foundation. He wrote a letter addressed to chairman. He also deposed Rakesh as a meeting on some in so I'm not aware. Only this pertaining question. At least I have proceeded such deafness. And even PW 26. Even PW 26 question that we will find in question number 13 and 14.
Yes.
Now, 13 says that the pertinent question was that I am the one who is forcing. Now, therefore, we need to check. Now, I say I have no idea. Because I say it's not me. Now, if he was present on that day before the court, then even this question goes. Now, so far, MC Arun, PW 17 is concerned, having not asked that question to me, having not given a chance to me to explain, even though it was not taken on cross. So this particular 17, this portion will go. That's my humble submission.
Please repeat again.
Below PW 17 says that my youngest sister has ill with one member of UNM, whose name is Jetant. Both husband and wife are arrested. There is no denial of fact that A14 is not the wife of Jetant. A14 is the wife of A10, there's no denial on that. Landuri is the wife of Jiten Singh, one Jiten Singh is arrested. Now, for this PW Jiten Singh, nothing has come except the email and PW 17, 26, 34 and another. Now here PW 17 is the only one who said Jiten is a member of UNLA. Now this particular thing, even though was not taken on cross by the defense, that particular question was not put to Jiten for explanation under 313. Having not put this question to Jiten, that Mr. So PW 17 says that you are a member of UNLA, what do you have to say? Having not asked that question, whether this particular PW 17's portion can be relied upon against me to establish that I'm a member of UNLA. Because if that questions are not put, then the learner says, I just thought it's not an incriminating question. All the incriminating thing against me has to be put against me under 313. That's how I understand 313, because this is the last option allowing me to explain not on what. It's not on what, but the last option, the opportunity, that last opportunity given to me in a criminal trial. But when this in this last opportunity, in this particular question is not put to me, I have no option to explain. Because during cross, another option. At the stage of framing of charge, one option. During cross, another option. Then during 313, another option. And another option under 315 also. The 313, have you not asked the question? Can this PW 17 statement be relied upon me? That will be pure question of law. Therefore, my lord, the only thing that has come against me is PW 17. But I humbly submit that so far PW 26 is concerned, there was a pertinent question asked to me in question number 13. that you then force him to deposit when I denied. But now this you is me as to be confirmed from the court record, the trial court record, and I will be present in that. The dog identification has failed. Once if I'm not identified on dog by the one who knows me, that this is not a Jiten Singh. Then again, this you cannot be me. Because dog identification is very important. I have not been identified because there are a lot of Jitens. Because just one example, my lord. Because in this entire case also, there's another Jiten has brought in with another wife's name regarding this financial transaction. Just to confirm this, therefore, I'm bringing this particular witness after this argument because PW number 57, Milord will find in part 1, volume 2, 333 page number. Is 333. Today,
Yes.
today I have affairs so on 13/1/2011, I have received a letter from DSP Nia, Mr. Ravi Gambhir, requesting to furnish information and documents regarding current account number of so-and-so in the name of so-and-so. And number three, current account number 21 standing in the name of Jiten Singh. So-and-so, and this Jiten is, they said T.H. Jiten Singh, but accused here is K. Jiten Singh again. It's all Jiten, T.H. Jiten Singh, K. Jiten Singh. Now they say first Jiten Singh, again now they say K. Jiten Singh. In another one, they say K. Jiten Singh. Now, page number 334, the next. In the middle, the second paragraph, my lord, just 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth line from in the second paragraph from the bottom, fifth line. These agency exhibits are my signatures, and so exhibit are two spell signature original of T.H. Jiten Singh, nomination of T.H. Jiten Singh nominating his wife Ongbi Susila Devi. Again, they said they are relying one Jiten who wife is Susila Devi. Now, so all this Jiten is a confusion. So only the Jiten Singh where the court, the trial court could have relied on his PW 17 had that particular question had been asked to him. Whether I say I don't know or I'm not a person, but having not asked that question, there are no materials against Jiten Singh to establish that I'm a member of UNLF, that Jiten Singh is a member of UNLF. And rest of the things to establish that I'm a member of UNLF is email, where even PW 84 says that E88, E85, E86, he goes by email only, but not by exhibit. So even the confusion was there, that, my lord, I have clarified that also, my lord. My lord, just one submission, small submission. My lord will have inquired about certain emails of 88 by 85, 85, 88 by 60, 73, and 89 by 13 and 15, my lord. We just had a glance that it seems it was not exhibited, in fact, just a mention by PW 84. Yet we'll cross again in the chamber again today. And if it is exhibited, we'll place it before Lordship.
The submissions of Mr. N. Gurajit Singh, counsel for the appellant in item numbers
Criminal appeal number 165.
in criminal appeal 165 of 16, then 289 of 16, 113 of 17, 115, no, 113 of 17 is concluded. Mr. D.K. Das, Senior Counsel, assisted by Ms. G.D. B.K. P.K. Dorji, and Leonard, Standing Counsel for the respondent is present. Is concluded, deserving right to reply is present. Next, as corrected, appeals are being heard. The learned senior counsel for the respondent proposes to make his argument at the conclusion of appellate hearing in all the connected appeals. And in criminal appeal number 115 of 17, see the submissions of Mr. N.G. Singh, counsel for the appellate remains inconclusive. Mr. Das, assisted by Swenson, is present. List tomorrow. Mr. Swenson.